Hi crafters, welcome back and thanks for joining me today. Today's card is a rolling top card. This card, as you can see when you open it, this flap will fit under the other flap, and then you'll have that little rolling half circle on the top. This card requires no die cuts, it's just a bunch of scoring. It does measure 5 by 7, and on the front I have my little bees, and this is how the card will look when it's standing, and then it will close flat for shipping. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we need is our scoreboard. And for our base piece, this is going to be cut at 10 by 7. We're going to flip that back to the 10-inch side. And we're going to score this starting at 1.5 inches. And you're going to score every half inch until you get to 5. Also scoring on the 5-inch mark. So you should have 7 score lines when you're done scoring. So just like that, that's what it should look like. Then we need one piece, and this is going to be cut at 2 3/4 by 6 3/4. And then you'll need one piece that is 2.5 by 6.5. Another piece at 1 by 6.5. Another piece at 1 1/4 by 6 3/4. And I'm doing the floral on the top and then the yellow paper on the bottom. Then you'll need 4 pieces, and these are 1/4 by 6 3/4, and I have 4 of the colored floral paper. And then we will also need 3 pieces of the same size, so 1/4 by 6 3/4 of just the basic yellow cardstock. Then we need one piece at 4.5 by 6.5. And then we need one piece at 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So we're done with our scoreboard, so we're going to move that out of the way. And so for the base of the card, now you can do all your folds first, or you can put all of your papers down. It might be easier to do the papers first so that the card is flat and you can make sure that they are even when you do them. So I'm just going to lay these out. I'm going to go alternating. So I'm going to do the floral paper starting at the 5-inch mark and then working my way to the front of the card or to the end. So I'm going to do the 4 pieces, and then I'll put the yellow in between. So that's what it will look like when you put them all down. So I'm going to speed this up and glue all of these down. Okay, and that's what we should have so far. So next we're going to do the folds. So we're going to fold this in half, starting at the 5-inch mark. Just going to fold that, use my bone folder just to push it out. And then I'm going to just open this up, and then I'm just going to fold each 1/4 inch mark again. You're going to fold them all in the same direction. I'm going to use the base of my card just to make sure it's lined up. And then just go ahead and continue, just folding these and then just creasing out that fold. And then when you get to the last one, you're going to fold it the opposite direction. So you're going to make that one a valley. And that's what you should have so far. And as you can see, this will roll up because of the 1/4 inch marks. It'll roll nicely. So next, for the base piece, we're going to put this on that front flap. So this is going to be glued. So I'm just going to glue the top piece, the floral piece, to the bottom. And we'll secure that to this matte layer. Making sure it's even. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder to push the glue out. Now we're going to glue this piece. I'm going to open the card all the way, and we're going to glue it on that flap. And just make sure it's centered. Just like that. Now the only reason why I put that on there is because it will be showing when the card is closed for shipping. So they'll see that. So I want to make sure it had some pattern on it. Now for the inside of the card, we're going to do the next flap. Again, we're going to just put the floral paper onto the mat. You can use your double-sided tape if you want on this. I just use the quick glue. Make sure that's lined up. And now this is going to sit on the edge of the card. So when you put this on here, you want to make sure you have your border all the way around. And it's going to sit on the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm grab my pencil. Once I have this situated where I want it, and I know where that flap that goes on the inside is going to rest, and I've got a border all the way around, I'm going to put a pencil mark where that flap ends up closing, because that's where you're going to put your foam, so that's where it stops. So just like that. And so this is where it's going to sit. So I'm going to grab some foam, and these are just foam squares. And I'm going to line them up so that the card will not go any further than that. And I'll put 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. And this will just stop the card from sliding any further when it's on display. And then we'll put 2 in the middle. That will stop it from also sagging. And you want to make sure you leave a border all the way around. So then this piece will sit just like that. Now I can see that I put the foam just a little bit too low on here, so you want to make sure it doesn't go past the yellow. So I'm just going to lift these up and move these back up just so that they're even with the yellow border. Because you don't want this to show when it's on display. Okay. Let's see, let's turn it this way. All right, so this is going to sit just like that. So it's going to get stuck to the foam tape. So I'm going to open this back up. And I just realized I did not put the piece that goes on the inside. We could have put that on there. So this piece that we cut is now going to be too big. So I'm still going to use this. I'm just going to cut it down. So I just want some color in there, so I'm still going to put a piece in there. So I'm going to take the yellow piece, I'm just going to cut it down just enough just so it'll fit in there. It's going to measure about 3 1/4 by 6 3/4. So I'm just going to grab my trimmer, and we're just going to trim this down to 3 1/4. If you don't need to put this piece in there, but we did cut it, and I was going to put it on the entire piece of the card, but I forgot. So we're just going to put this inside here. I'm not going to do a layer on this one. I just wanted just some color on the inside of the card. So I'll secure this down. Make sure it's even. Okay, perfect. All right, then I'm going to take the backing off of the foam. And now I'm going to just open the card, keep the card open, and I'm going to lay this so that it's on the edge and even with the card. It just has that nice little border around it. I know that's hard to see. So when the card is flat, it'll ship flat or stay flat for shipping, and then this is what it'll look like when it's done. And now for the embellishments. I have my little bees that I drew and colored, and I have this sign, and this, now for my sentiment, I had a piece that was laying here that I was using for a different card, and I didn't like it, so I kept it, and I'm just going to use it on here, so it's already got sticky on the back. And right now I'm just putting it so it's in the center. You can use any size. You can do a whole side panel of a sentiment, or you can do 2, 3 of them. You can do whatever you want here. So I'm just using this little piece that I had, and I just put it in the middle, and then I'm going to put my bees on the middle of the card, on the circular part, and I'm going to do it so that they are in on that middle yellow strip. And you can put these anywhere you want. This would be cute with just any kind of characters, actually, or flowers, or just this could just be so much fun. Right, so I'm going to put them on the top and on the bottom. And let's see, where do we want to put this? I'll put him right about there. And then we'll put this little guy at the bottom, kind of at an angle, like he's flying. That's perfect. That looks good, just like that. All right, so as you can see, when you mail this, you're going to keep it flat, just like that. And then on the back side, what we're going to do is we're going to put the white piece. So I had the extra floral. I'm probably not going to use it because this is the only piece I had left. So I'm going to use this on the back, just flip it upside down so I have white, so I can write a message on the back should I choose to. Just make sure that's lined up and perfect. All right, so that is our rolling top card. I want to thank you for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Until next time, happy crafting, and I hope to see you real soon. Bye-bye.